This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
You heard Junpei. Yes, that's right. Junpei's in here. The whole crew's in here. From both Persona games. Well, except for one guy. Quick note. They left in the opening Teddy's name as Kuma. Because that's his Japanese name. Anyways, what the hell is with this menu here? Oh, I see. Episode P4. Theater. Arcade mode. PSN, lesson mode. I assume the controls are basically the same. Episode P4. Experience the story of P4. What does that mean anyway? Play Persona 4 Arena Ultimax in arcade mode. Anyways, yeah, I decided to play this now because I'm pretty much caught up in all my other Let's Plays. Metal Gear Solid, in case anyone's following that one. It still requires a bit of playing. I need to edit it still because it's just annoying to do so. Anyway, other than that, Xenoblade's gonna go really quickly, and I'm set into Xenosaga, so I figured, hey, let's start this. Alright, let's start it then, I guess. Yeah, I'm also curious. I'm finally curious now as to where the story's gonna go. I took a bit of a break. Mysterious guest. So how does this work? Episode P4. See, I have a cursor here, and I open up the cards as they come along, it looks like. Wonder who the mysterious guest is this time? It's probably you. Well, no, it's not you, Namukami, or else he wouldn't be mysterious. The CPU will fight for you when auto mode is on. Why would I want that? Auto mode? I don't want auto mode. I want to fight. You know? What's this supposed to be? Let's see. I don't want auto mode. Hopefully it's not on by default. Okay, all I'm doing is zooming in and out here. Alright. Auto mode better not be on, because I'm doing the fighting here, or else I'm just watching it.
So you will not require our assistance. Is that correct?
That is not Margaret's voice.
Very well. In that case, there is nothing more to be said.
And that is not Igor either. I think I already knew about that.
As for your presence here, this room is ordinarily only accessible to those bound by a contract.
Man, it's not the same, Igor.
You are fated to refine your power. You will most definitely require our assistance, eventually. Until we meet again, farewell.
Guess they couldn't get Margaret either, her voice actress.
Most intriguing.
Are you certain about this?
Unless they can't be Margaret's voice.
Our domain is indivisible from the destiny of our guests. Nothing meaningless happens in this room, which can only mean that the fate of our visitor just now will be...
Margaret?
Pardon. I spoke out of turn. We are only allowed to watch over and assist those guests who are bound by the terms of the contract.
Indeed.
So, the young man Yu Narukami is tied to our recent guest's fate. I wonder what fate, or rather, encounter will await him. Yu Narukami. Now that's a guest who never ceases to amaze.
I also believe Naoto and Kanji's voice changed in this game. I think. Kinda sucks when they change voice so quickly. It's not even... It's only been, like, what, a few years? Less than 10 years since Persona 4 came out? It's May 5th, the day after we saw Labrys and the Shadow Operatives off. We're in the corner of the chaotic as usual Junes food court. Okay, first of all, do we have... auto read? I want the text to go faster.
I had a hunch this was gonna happen.
Well, your hunch isn't getting us anywhere. What are we supposed to do? There's not a single open seat.
That's just how it goes at Junes during Golden Week. And on Children's Day at that. If it wasn't this busy, we'd be out of business by now.
Today's Children's Day?
Huh?
I should have brought Nanako.
That's what you're worried about?
Watching the kids run around, I think back to Nanako's face when I told her I'd be going out. She looked like she wanted to say something. I feel bad I didn't ask her about it. But given what we came to talk about, I couldn't take her with me. I wonder if she's watching TV alone now, like she usually does.
Yo, Senpai! I got us some seats.
I'm gonna reserve judgment on that. I know it changed in the anime at least, but I'm not sure in this game. It sounded like him, but at the same time, it also, the way he said senpai, does not sound the same. So it's I can't make a judgment yet.
Ooh, good job, Kanji!
That's pretty impressive, Kanji. Especially for you.
And the guy who did Teddy in the other game in Persona 4 Arena, he's probably pitched it down a little bit.
Damn it, Ted! Leave the especially for you part out next time.
Ooh, damn. It's like so close, and yet there's something off about it.
All right, break it up. No fighting, guys.
I hope Yukiko doesn't somehow keep switching voices. No one ever even really commented on that. It really sounded like she had two voice actresses half the time.
Let's go, Yukun.
Right.
Well, that was Yukiko for sure. With Yukiko spurring us on, we move to the seats Kanji saved. There's a table for four, with 6 chairs he found somewhere. After waiting for everyone to be seated, Yosuke clears his throat, as if to drive away all the noise.
So it's a great day out and,
Dude, I don't think this is the time for that.
well, how else should I start off? Look at the size of this crowd.
I'd say I made the right call
Oops.
showing up like this. If I came in my usual costume, the little kids would be swarming my adorable bod. I'd be mobbed.
Oh yes, I've seen how the children tear off your fur from time to time.
Wow! Are you being nice to me, Yuki-chan? Has our love finally blossomed?
Huh? Of course it hasn't.
Shot down as always.
It's because you never learn.
Well, let's get down to business. We didn't get to talk much yesterday after all.
I nod to Chie. We gathered here yesterday after seeing Labrys off. Oh, okay, it's the day after Labrys. So this game picks up right away. No mistaking, no separation right away. But there wasn't time to calm down and talk about what happened. In the end, we agreed to leave the details to tomorrow, which is now today.
Don't worry about the crowd. Let's start the investigation team meeting anyway.
Yeah, though we are missing 2 people.
It's just not the same without our full roster of pretty girls. Oh, not only Rise-chan, but Nao-chan couldn't be here either.
Well, it's not like the other day, where we just lost contact with Rise.
Mm-hmm. She seems really busy. She said she had work during the holidays, too. At least we got to talk to her yesterday.
Yeah, Nato-kun's job is keeping her busy, too. I guess it's the same old for them.
Nato-kun knew things about what happened that not even we did. Apparently she knew about Mitsuru-san and her friends from the start.
Thanks to her, though, we got some good information.
Well then, let's get everyone up to speed on what happened using that info.
Yosuke's right. So much has happened these past few days that none of us has a good grasp on it all. We need to sort through what we've learned again.
What was it that started it all? Midnight Channel again, I guess. I thought I was dreaming for a good chunk of it, so it's not really hitting me.
The Midnight Channel, that TV world we helped to restore peace in, it ended up being used by someone else in the Labrys incident. Alright, let's go and chat. Let's go and recap right away from the other game. It's not like we didn't just play it. I'm assuming, well, there was a bit of a separation. Okay, I'm gonna stop nitpicking. Labrys is the 5th generation anti-shell suppression weapon, a girl with a mechanical body who was stolen from the Kirijo group, one of Japan's biggest conglomerates. Someone threw her into the TV world. But Labrys faced her other suppressed self there, and by accepting it, she awoke her to her persona. That mostly wrapped things up. However...
So who exactly was it that put Labrys inside the TV? And why?
At first, I thought the culprit was jealous of my popularity and tried to break us friends up.
Mm-hmm. But that wasn't it. Their goal was to disrupt our hearts by making us fight each other, and then steal our personas after they returned to being shadows.
Naoto said as much too.
I don't know. Turning them back to shadows and stealing them. That doesn't sound like something just anyone could pull off.
If anything, it might be the same kanji voice actor, but he's pitched his voice down a bit.
Maybe not, but we know for certain that the culprit was using that method to try and gather powerful shadows.
Gathering shadows, huh? That's definitely not something any normal person would do.
It's the redhead kid we saw at the beginning, probably. The atmosphere darkens after Yosuke's remark. During the silence, I recall the events leading up to yesterday. So why would we be fighting each other in this one anyway? We had once again entered the TV world to figure out why the Midnight Channel was broadcasting again. What we found there was a strange fighting tournament called the P1 Grand Prix. At the heart of it was Labrys. Having gone through severe trials as a weapon with a heart, she gave birth to her shadow, a suppressed version of herself which twisted her dream of wanting to be a normal schoolgirl. It all resulted in the P1 Grand Prix, designed to pit people against their friends. After we entered the TV, we got wrapped up in battle just like Labrys' shadow planned, and were forced to fight one another. But we also met members of a mysterious organization known as the Shadow Operatives, who were in search of Labrys and their leader Mitsuru Kirijo, who CEO'd the Kirijo group. It was with her help that we conquered the tournament. They were using the power of personas before we were. It was reassuring in a way to meet people who deal with shadows day in and day out. But the case isn't over yet. We couldn't find out why the culprit put Labrys in the TV to begin with. We don't even know who did it. Mitsuru-san and her people seem to have some idea. That doesn't mean we can ignore what happened in our town. So we made the decision to investigate the case on our own too.
That reminds me. How are things inside the TV?
The thought suddenly crosses my mind, so I asked Teddy. After we settled the first case, the TV world turned into a beautiful place, but it wasn't that way anymore during the P1 Grand Prix. I wonder what happened there after we saved Labrys.
Still the same. It should go back to normal eventually, but the P1 Grand Prix had such an effect that it's still noisy there. Oh, but,
Huh? But what? Quit mumbling and just spit it out.
it's hard to say for sure, but I sense these weird presences. They feel kinda like shadows, but not really.
At least his voice isn't as high-pitched as the last one. It's a bit more similar to the Persona 4 Teddy. You know, the original one.
Weird presences? You mean there's something strange in there?
I don't know, I saw a tower. Wouldn't it be funny if Tartarus and the TV world somehow merged together to create the ultimate dungeon?
I don't really know.
What could it be? The culprit, maybe?
Maybe, but maybe not.
We all look at each other after hearing Teddy's evasive answer. If something's in the TV world, it can only be a shadow. Someone besides us knows knows about that world, or someone who can use a persona.
Huh? How would that make sense? The culprit wasn't a persona user, right?
He did say that he used Labrys because he couldn't enter the TV world himself.
That's right. The only people who can enter the TV world are persona users. For a normal person to get in, they would have to enter alongside a persona user. If someone who doesn't have a persona falls in, for whatever reason, they're in serious danger. Either the shadow's already dwelling there, or their own shadow might end up killing them.
So, Wouldn't that mean this weird thing Ted's talking about can't be our bad guy? Or maybe the culprit can shove people into a TV even though he's not a Persona user.
I can understand Kanji's doubts, but unfortunately we don't have enough information right now to say either way.
There's one more thing that bothers me.
What is it?
It's something Naoto said.
What did Naoto say? I tell everyone what Naoto left me with yesterday. She said that when Mitsuru-san's plane was hijacked as a diversion from Labrys' kidnapping, the hijackers had no memory of their actions. They might have been brainwashed or hypnotized, but either way, it couldn't have been done by a normal person.
There's so much we don't know.
But no matter what the culprit was trying to do, if he was after us in the TV world, I doubt this case will wrap itself up.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Oh, then does that mean...
Uh-oh. Say the exciting news!
Too bad for Mitsuru-san, but we're gonna ignore her request not to get involved.
When Mitsuru-san and her people left, they told us not to get involved any further with the case. We knew why they said that, of course. They were worried about our safety. Still.
Ah! So the investigation team's back in business.
Yep. Feel a little bad doing this to Mitsuru-san, but we can't just leave this be. We can fight too. And heck, this is our town, so it's practically our duty to do this.
I'm in too. After all, I am Labby-chan's knight. Plus, I can't sit on the sidelines after seeing what this culprit did to my world. It had gotten so peaceful thanks to you guys.
I knew they felt this way, but not firmly after seeing everyone still in agreement.
So it's decided.
Mm-hmm. We have to return the favor of getting stuck with those strange epithets, too.
Everyone looks away briefly after hearing this. Those nonsense nicknames that got broadcast during the P1 Grand Prix made no small stir in our daily lives. Although personally...
That makes me so mad! What was that carnivore whose discarded womanhood stuff all about? I could swear people cross the street now when they see me!
Really? I was actually pretty impressed.
Huh? Is that how you think of me, Yukon?
No, that's not what I meant.
That reminds me. You seem to like that Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel nickname.
Did he?
Sensei, have you awakened to a new name? Should I call you Kingpin from now on?
I wonder if it's just my imagination that what Yosuke said just now hurt worse than the nickname. All I meant was that those nicknames weren't that bad. Still, I admit, I was honestly impressed at how precise each of those taunts were in striking at each of our hang-ups.
This sure has turned out to be some Golden Week. And after you took the time to come see us, too.
No kidding. Shit got stirred up the day you came back, like someone planned it that way.
Everyone nods at Kanji's words, everyone except Yosuke. Unlike the others, he just shoots me a slightly bleak glance. I know what it means, but I'll let him say it.
That actually does still bother me a bit.
What do you mean?
Oh, I guess the timing? It's like whoever did this was waiting for you to come back.
I agree with him. The incident with Labrys happened right when I returned to Inaba for Golden Week. It was timed as if whoever set this up was just waiting for me to get back in town.
Well, I guess there's no need to think about that now. Oh yeah, where's Marie-chan?
Okay, now we've got a problem because now we're adding a character from Golden who I am not familiar with, though I have read the explanation about her thanks to comments, mostly. So now we've got to remember Mari being in this game because that just caught me completely off guard.
She's elusive as always. It looked like she was buying something at Sozai Daigaku the other day.
Oh yeah, she's elusive, alright. So elusive I don't even know much about her. I don't even know what she sounds like.
What? Nobody told Emi-chan that Sensei was visiting?
Because who is she to me? I know. It's gonna be a hang up now because I did not think she was in the game at all. She wasn't even in the intro. So now they're putting Golden is now canon. Oh my god! Everyone panic! Everyone panic! I don't even see her on the cover art oh wait, no, she's way hidden down on the extreme right above Mitsuru under Labrys. Okay. Now we know Golden is canon.
Well, it is Marie-chan we're talking about. I'm sure she's noticed that Yukun's back.
Oh yeah, that Marie, you know, That's so like her. Huh? It's gonna be my running joke for the entire game because really, they're talking like they know her, but I don't know her. Marie, she was another one involved in the first case we solved here in Inaba. We helped her regain her lost memories, and she now protects this town as a minor goddess who supports the townspeople here.
Huh? Then, why hasn't she shown up? I mean, if she knew that Senpai's back, you'd think she'd be the first to show.
Why? What was her relationship? I think I need some informing here. Comments, please, about it, maybe. I need to know her relationship to at least Yu Narukami and whoever else might be important to her. Because right now, I don't know exactly I don't know anything about her character at all. So yeah. She wasn't even in the opening, though. That's strange. Unless she was in the circle, I didn't see it. Uh-oh.
Ah! What the? Where'd that lightning come from all of a sudden?
Oh, look at those insane rain clouds. It's gonna start pouring soon for sure.
That's when I noticed that the thick crowd of customers here has gotten pretty sparse. As if following the families hurrying back inside, we also get up from our seats.
Jeez, the weather report has been way off the mark lately.
PPP.
Oh, sorry, that's mine. Hello? Oh, Kase-san.
We move away from Yukiko a little to give her some space to talk.
That reminds me, Labris is a robot, right? Would she rust if she got caught out in the rain?
Nah, I doubt it. The Kirijo group developed her after all, and they wouldn't be that cheap.
Mid-chan's group sure is amazing. Her stuff is way better than Junes brand electronics.
Shut up! And don't go dissing your own employer.
As Yosuke and Teddy spy at each other, Shay gazes up to the cloudy sky. When she notices me looking at her, she shakes her head, telling me not to worry.
Labris is with Mitsuru-san and her friends, right? I wonder how she's doing.
After the P1 Grand Prix, Labris joined Mitsuru-san's shadow operatives, since she has a persona now. Even as we speak, she and her companions are probably chasing the culprit who threw her into the TV.
Don't worry, I'm sure she's doing fine. If all goes well, we'll see her again in no time.
Yeah, since we made our decision to stick our noses into this case, that means we're after the same thing Labris and the Shao operatives are. It seems possible we might meet up with Labris again somewhere soon. Then again, we're doing this without Mitsuru-san's permission, so I can't say I'm eager to run into them. Well, if everything was time for you, then you was gonna get involved anyway, and there's no stopping him.
Yeah, you're right. Man, I should stop being such a worrywart.
Hey, looks like Yukiko-senpai's off the phone.
Oh, welcome back, Yukiko. What was the call about?
It was the inn. It seems a group of our guests is still out. We didn't have any umbrellas ready for them, so I think a lot of them will come back drenched. Sorry, I have to go back for a bit.
So, now that it's raining, are we gonna get to see the Midnight Channel happen and the new event that's gonna happen inside the TV? We're going back inside the TV for sure. There were a whole bunch of them at the beginning.
Oh, right. I forgot this is a busy time for the Amagi Inn, too.
Actually, shouldn't we be heading home ourselves? If this keeps up, I bet it'll keep raining into the night.
Raining, huh? That thing's not gonna come on again, is it?
Everyone turns right at Yosuke's words. He says that thing, but we all know what he means. He's talking about the Midnight Channel, which came on at midnight on a rainy day. The weather was just like this during the incident with Labris, too. As if to break the silence, we hear another roll of thunder, closer than the one a moment ago.
In any case, let's meet up again tomorrow to check up on the TV world.
Okay, I'll see you all here tomorrow. And I'll make sure to let Rise-chan know, too.
I'll call up Naoto-kun, though I don't know yet if she'll be able to make it.
Cool deal. Well, see you guys tomorrow.
Welp! We hastily end the investigation team meeting before it starts raining. As I see Yosuke starting to leave after everyone else, I ask him about the issue he raised earlier.
What do you think, Yosuke, about the timing of all of this?
Oh, that. I don't know. If the culprit happens to know you, would that give some hint of who it might be?
It was an understandable question, but I can't help but look askance at him. If the culprit had investigated me, of course he'd know something about me, but not my plan to stay in Inaba during Golden Week. It'd have to be a person who knows me, plus knew that I was coming here during the break. Is there anyone who'd know all that?
Is it possible that it could be Adachi?
Adachi-san?
Well, yes, he's in the game, but let's assume he's not stupid and to try and do something again. But he is involved in the game. That much is true. This time, I'm caught completely off guard, and all I can do is dully repeat the question. Toru Adachi, the man who was arrested in the Midnight Channel murders. He should be in police custody now. Which is ironic, since he used to work for my uncle as a police detective at Inaba Station. We do have quite a history, so obviously he knows about me, and I can't rule out that Dojima-san might have told Adachi-san about my vacation plans.
No, it wouldn't be him. He has a persona.
Oh, yeah, good point. Sorry, I wasn't trying to weird you out.
Yotsuki's tone is apologetic, and he scratches his head. But really, I should be the one apologizing. I didn't just deny that it could have been Adachi-san because he's a persona user. The real reason is that deep down, I trusted what Adachi-san said about abiding by the rules of this world. But if it's not him, then who? The gray clouds filled the sky over our heads, mirroring the confused anxiety we shared. At least there's a lot more talking versus me having to read all the time, but that's just for now because we're introducing the story. Last time I started, it was like practically all reading. I still wish they had a narration, truthfully.
And then Dad came on parent visiting day, so I made sure to raise my hand to answer all the teacher's questions.
What's with the music?
Hanako, you told that story 3 times already.
No, I didn't.
Nanako, who had been talking nonstop throughout dinner, sulks at Dojima-san pointing that out. Whether or not she'll admit it, though, I've definitely heard that story several times. Either parent visiting day made her that happy, or she was looking for any excuse to prolong our conversation. Well, whichever it is, Nanako seems happy, so I don't mind much.
Oh, and guess what? I saw a really long car yesterday.
Uh-oh! A really long car? That rings a bell. She must be talking about that extravagant black limousine that Mitsuru-san and her shadow operatives drove in on.
Oh, you mean the limo that was driving around town?
Man,
Yeah,
I saw that.
A big stretch limo in a sleepy little town like ours. I'll tell you one thing. They won't be from around here.
Man, Dojima, you sound so tired and depressed. That's why everyone sounds like they're just not into the voice acting in this game so far. Teddy, Kanji, and now Dojima. He just sounds out of it. Dojima-san shoots me a glance while responding to Nanako's comment. He's a detective through and through. I think he's noticed something's up. Sure enough, after Dojima-san sends Nanako to the sink with the empty dishes, he gets right down to business.
So, what are you up to this time?
There's no hiding anything from that piercing gaze. He has to know we came in contact with Mitsuru-san's people. They were so dignified seeming that I had hoped even their outrageously long limo wouldn't stand out here. But I find myself actually relieved to be mistaken.
The day you were due back, a detective from the Metropolitan Police Department suddenly rang me up to ask about the details of that case. Not only that, but I saw that Shirogane kid at the station several times these past couple of days. Was this all just a coincidence?
That's...
Can't answer, huh? Well...
I keep trying to make the text go... Oh, wow. Give it deep silence. Okay, what I'm trying to do is make the text go faster so I can kind of read it before they say it, or so I can read it faster. But when it's so short, I skip it too quickly. That's odd. Normally he'd grill me for more information and yell at me while doing it.
Look, I trust you, but this is different. Don't stick your head into the lion's den. You do understand that I'm a detective and pretty much your guardian while you're here, right?
He's strict, yet honest gaze asked me to promise that much. His strict yet honest gaze asked me to promise that much. In return for not probing me further. I say yes, but in my mind I'm apologizing at the same time. We're heading into dangerous waters, but it's the same as the situation when I lived here. We have to be the ones to do this.
So long as you understand that, then do whatever you want.
I can't help but smile at seeing Dojima-san look away and sigh. I'm sure that he has a million questions about everything I'm doing, but he's not asking them. It's because he trusts me.
Hey, you're picking on Big Bro again, Dad.
Oh, no, not at all. We were just talking.
Really, Big Bro?
Yeah, there's nothing to worry about.
I'll always be on your side, okay?
So what does Nanako think of the events that happened in the game? Does she trust what happened? Does she think it was all a dream? Well, she'll always trust Big Bro. When I answer her with a smile, Nanako looks up at me with a worried expression, but her reply is earnest. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see Dojima-san looking uncomfortable, and I can't help but laugh again. Up in your room. There's Jack Frost for some reason. When I return to my room, I can hear the faint rumble of thunder in the distance. The rain that was pouring down this evening has already stopped. If the pattern holds, the Midnight Child should stay quiet as long as it's not raining. Realizing that raises some complex feelings in me. I have to go back home tomorrow. And as much as I hope nothing happens, I want to resolve this mystery while I'm still here. You were barely here. But wishing to solve the case means wishing for something to happen.
Make up your mind, you.
I inadvertently glance towards the TV screen's reflective surface and catch myself with an odd smile on my face. Just a little longer until midnight. Out of habit, I check the time, and the moment I look back at the TV, the screen suddenly turns on. What's it this time? Probably not going to get their first fight in this game.
The strong win, while the weak disappear. Tonight, we will witness the hottest battles in all history. The goddess of victory is waiting to descend upon the ring. P1 fans, are you ready? Are you ready?
Issei and Teddy are back.
To let loose an all-out war!
The contestants in the previous P1 Grand Prix have returned for another tournament, right on the heels of the last one. These warriors will create another legend here at the world-shattering P1 Ring! These are battles of honor, battles of will. Sparks will fly. Some fight for pride, some fight for glory. Will this be decided by pure muscle, or will a battle of wits determine the outcome?
At least they don't have names. It's just their normal names.
Are heating up!
Kuma again.
Tonight, who will win the title of champion? Who will be crowned with the winner's wreath? Whose tale of glory will resound for generations? All that remains are the dreams of the warriors. As the Grand Prix plunges into its final chapter, the P1 climax is...
barely getting started!
Seems to be a lack of, some people are missing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Did you see that? What the hell?
Hello? Hey!
That's new. Junpei.
What's going on here?
Helicopter crashes.
What in the world? The town! A red fog?
There's Yukari. Oh ho! Hey, Tower! Oh, wait a minute. Are we in the midnight hour of some sort? Wouldn't that be interesting? Not that. Oh, what's it called? The midnight. The dark hour. Is that what it was called? I don't even remember what it's called anymore. Yeah, the dark hour.
Yoo-hoo! All you P1 crazies out there, sorry about the long wait.
TV shows a familiar classroom. If I remember right, that's the announcement room at the school lab was created inside the TV world during the P1 Grand Prix. Standing in the announcement room is Gerald Teddy. Actually, just his head, trolling away.
The P1 climax! It's the end of the world! One-on-one deathmatch that's worthy of the name Climax! And best of all, if you don't win the one-on-one tournament to the finish within the hour, the world will end! No punches pulled this time! I'll make myself clear so that no one misunderstands. This will not be taking place within the TV world. It will, in fact, take place in the reality which you occupy. Enjoy it while you can. Alrighty then. Time to show off how that special stage is going.
That's new. Man, they're in familiar territory, aren't they? That happened when the chairman got a hold of them. How did they even have that happen to them? Labras and Yukari were in a helicopter for some reason.
Mitsuru-san?
What will be the fate of our captured queen and her loyal minions? Then again, if we don't have a champion, everyone's a goner anyway. So she'll be in good company. Best of luck to all of you.
The display cuts off abruptly and the TV becomes a silent box. Realizing that a strange red light is filling the once dark room, I dash towards the window. The town outside is covered in an eerie red fog.
What is that?
The street lights are off and I don't sense anyone's presence. That hazy light illuminating the town. It's the red fog. Seeing the town in such an obviously abnormal state snaps me back to my senses and I quickly look back into my room.
Nanako! Dojima-san!
Are they transmogrified? No one answers. I rush down the stairs and check all the rooms, but no matter how hard I look, the two who live here are nowhere to be found. What in the world is going on here? People in Climax, Mitsuru-san and her people really captives? And worst of all, this isn't the TV world. Is this really still the real world? If so, what's happened to the townspeople? A wave of confusion and fear crashes over me as I sort through the information at hand. My cell phone won't even turn on. It's like it's suddenly broken. It's happening again.
The Junes food court.
That's right. Whenever we had a case, that's where we'd always gather. If Yosuke-chi and Yukiko have noticed this too, then they'll definitely be headed there. Teddy should be with Yosuke, so there's no need to worry about him. Kanji, though, he might head straight into the TV. I chuckled to myself at the thought of a rare moment of humor in this gloomy crisis. I know where I need to be, so I quickly prepare myself. Wherever we need to fight, I was always clad in my Yasugami High uniform. To think I'd be wearing it again so soon. It's with a sense of trepidation that I opened the front door. To be continued! That's strange, I must say. Dojima Residence Countdown. Okay, find the clues and impatience. We seem to have alternate... So I'm assuming here's how it works. We have these chapters here at the beginning, which are basically... This is the introduction. We never need to go through it again. What happens now is, I guess, we go through the characters. The training room and Inaba PD. So now this will either... It looks like we either go and work on Rise or Naoto. I guess because they weren't there. And then eventually we'll meet with the rest of the people. Like here's going to be basically it looks like the stories will branch out instead of having to go back. So yeah, we'll never need to see the beginning again. That is already set up. I think I like this better than the other one. Because at least now... I think people have said that there's actually less overlap. And this must be why. Anyway, I'm going to cut it here because I don't want to go too long. I'm going to start this one because that was the one I uncovered first. I just gotta go to the store quickly and pick something up I forgot to pick up when I did my shopping. So I'm just gonna quickly do that. It'll take me a few minutes. Then I'm gonna record the next part right away. Until then, so long!